be honest, I don't even remember how the fuck we picked Sound City.
It's a gritty place, but we were used to living on the edge, so it's just like, it was roomy, it was comfortable.
I think it was like $600 a day. 16 days in the studio, and then accommodations. I think maybe $60K was the budget for the whole record.
We had these songs, and we busted them out. We had a pretty good idea of what we wanted to do.
As much as we loved noise and we loved crazy-ass punk rock shit, we wanted to be a good band. We loved the Beatles.
One of the craziest songs that we recorded was Lithium. For whatever reason, the band and Dave kept speeding up. Not subtly, but a lot. It would start out at a certain tempo and then keep going faster and faster, racing along, basically. I said, Dave, have you ever played with a click track before?
My heart just went, ah! I just felt like someone had stabbed me in the fucking brain. When you're a drummer, you don't want anyone to ask you to play to a click track, you know? That human feel is what gives a player their personality.
Some drummers don't really know how to play to something that's keeping them in line, like a click track.
I'm so happy 'cause today.
Lo and behold, the first take, man, he locked in like he'd played to a click 1,000 times. And I think we got the song in like the first or second take.
And then when I listened to it, I'm like, well, now it sounds like the fucking chorus is slowing down. It's okay to speed up a little, isn't it? I remember every night we'd bring a cassette back from Sound City to the Oakwood apartments where we were staying and listen to what we had done that day. Those imperfections, that's cool. And it makes it sound like people. And Kurt was entirely about performance. To us, it was most important that there was an honesty and truth to what we were doing.
The music came through the speakers in a way that was primal. You could hear the sweat in the tracks. You could hear Kurt's vocal cords. Looking back at Sound City, I realized so much of that record is about performance. When we tried to record something on the way, the band tried to record it live in the big tracking room, and it was just too kind of big and bombastic sounding.
That song had to be right because it was such a delicate, fragile composition.
Underneath the bridge, top is sprung a leak, and
Kurt came into the control room and he started playing the song. He laid in front of the Neve on this couch, and I turned off the fans and the phones and everything, and he played the song just barely mumbling, barely singing, and barely playing that 5-string guitar.
drippings from the ceiling.
You had to focus on making it correct in the way it should be, which isn't necessarily perfect. It just feels right.
Something in the way.
That was when I first saw a computer used with music, because it was so hard to play to that guitar.
I couldn't really figure out how to get the performances locked together without trying to do crazy edits with them. Somebody had told me about this new digital machine.
So this technician brought in a computer and a screen, and it was like basically like Pro Tools or something.
It was archaic. It was incredibly slow. You can't do what you can these days in Pro Tools. You hit this render button, and it would take like 2 hours.
We used to call it Slow Tools because it just used to slow everything down.
And then when you finally listen to it, if you didn't like it, You had to hit undo and then try another one and hit render again. It would take like another 2 hours.
The computer was such a pain in the butt. It's just like, this is a gimmicky thing. Good thing we have tape. This will never take off.
When I hear Smells Like Teen Spirit on the radio, I remember those really simple moments of being in the studio. And those 15 days or 16 days, whatever it was, that board, totally changed my life.
Sound City would not have survived if it was not for that record, you know.
Nobody had ever heard of Nirvana, and it went right up to #1. We knew right after that we'd get a lot of business.